Hey, everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. It is a day, it is a time, I don't know any of those answers, but it's time to be done for the day, so I'm going to have a beer with you guys. It's Have a Beer with Uncle Matt time, and I'm having Brad Angove's least favorite beer. Do you remember what beer Brad was drinking in that latest video that he did?
I do not know.
Do you know if that beer company has like a bunch of smoking hot underwear models that like are the beer that Brad Engel likes bikini team?
I do not know.
Because I do. They don't. Coors Light does. So yeah, for everybody who doesn't like Coors Light, I guess you also don't like smoking hot underwear models wearing Coors Light bikinis. Anyway, that would be funny. I don't know if we could do that or not, but if we could set up like the Coors Light, I don't know what it is, if it's a bikini team or not. The Coors Light girls come to Texas Toast Guitars and hold guitars and stuff. I bet you all those guys like Brad Angove would go, "Well, I don't want to watch that. That's the wrong kind of beer." Anyway.
I'll just let those ladies be. I don't even want to meet them.
I don't want to have my picture taken with those girls.
No thanks.
No thanks. Oh, what's that? The microphone?
And I unplugged it and was doing something else, and I forgot to plug it in.
Did someone go, "Hey, plug the microphone in"?
Turn the mic around.
Mic plugged in.
It is now. Sorry, guys.
Oh, mercy. So, guys, thanks for joining me. We've got a couple things we want to talk about, and this seems like a cool thing to do during the week where, like, we can just talk about stuff that you guys want to talk about because, Sundays are kind of, I just get going on rants and those are fun, but I miss a lot of things. So Chris is working the phone. Mrs. Toast is not here right now. She's at work. She has a day job. And I'm here drinking beers with you guys. So
they think all we do is drink all day.
I think that's what you guys think. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we did get snow, like 3 inches on the fence.
Yeah, we did get snow, but it wasn't a winter wonderland. It was just I slept really well last night. So
it seemed more like a spring storm because there's still lots of leaves on the trees.
Yeah.
Than a winter storm.
One thing I want to tell you guys about before we get too deep in the weeds here. Tomorrow, at right around this time tomorrow, so like 24 hours from now, we are hosting a hot rod pinstriping and gold leaf class with Mike Learn, and Mike's coming to the shop, and he's going to do pinstriping and gold leaf on 3 guitars. This is one of them right here. This is a Challenger that's got a cream color, and we thought, wouldn't it be cool to have like some real tasteful pinstriping and maybe some gold leaf on that. And there is another one that is just like it, only with 3 single coil pickups, but yeah, otherwise the same guitar. So Mike's going to do this, and he's also going to do the Prostitute. These are scuffed back so that they're ready for Mike to work on. That's why they're not shiny right now. Brad actually did us a solid. He was talking about the pinstriping class and how you can do pinstriping over clear coat, which you can. But in this case, we're doing pinstriping and gold leaf, and then we're going to put clear over the top of that. These also have little mini switches, kind of a throwback to like the 80s style, which I haven't decided, but I think this is a cooler way to go than one switch that does everything. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what I think once it's all done.
It's retro, and retro is now a cool thing, which means it's now-tro. Okay. So
we don't shoot now-tro.
Now-tro. So, guys, if you want to get in on the Mike Learn pinstriping class, there is a fee there because, Mike doesn't come cheap. You can go to our website, and under the classes heading, there's a thing, Mike Learn pinstriping class. It's like $20, and it's a live class, so you can actually ask Mike questions. You can have us move the camera around. It's just like being here, only you're there. So no mask. You don't have to wear a mask. No COVID issues. Okay. So yeah, a lot of guys have already signed up for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Mike's got all kinds of zany ideas he's gonna throw at these. Like I said, the white or the cream guitars are gonna be more tasteful. The prostitute is gonna be tacky as fuck. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. Right, Chris?
Yes.
I don't know if it's gonna be tacky. I think it's gonna be just more. You know what I mean? Someone gave me a bunch of grief. They're like, I like how the Mike Learn said sometimes less is more on a 3-neck guitar. Yeah, you know, the key word in the sentence "sometimes less is more" is sometimes. That means most times less isn't more. It's less. Okay.
I took that one as a funny comment.
It was funny, but yeah. Anybody got anything?
How many guitars have you built over the years?
No. 117.
And Jim
I don't
Bucket
know.
wants to know, will you be able to purchase the class later? Because
Yes.
he's broke right now.
Yes, Jim, you will be able to purchase the class later. I don't know when, and I don't know for how much. Usually what we do is we offer the archived videos at a lower price, so that's probably what we'll do. But I don't know when. Now, see, again, this is a thing where Mike's, the class is I'm doing this in conjunction with Mike. It's not my class to do with whatever I want. So, I hope so. And yes, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know for how much, and I don't know when we're going to offer that. Anything else?
Yeah, sometimes less is less.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
Most times less is less.
Yeah. Any more build a guitar classes this year?
Yes. And okay, let's talk about that. We just renewed the lease, and you know what? The other thing is, for everyone who's come to build classes, Zumba is moving out. I don't know if that means, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. And it could be more Zumba more, because sometimes more is more when it comes to Zumba soundtracks. But yeah, so maybe the landlord actually asked if we wanted to move into that space too. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do about that, but we've got a few things going. Getting back to the actual question, are there gonna be more build classes? Come to the shop and take build classes. Yes. I want to do at least one build a classic Telly, at least one build a classic Strat, and I want to do a. Will you hand me that set neck, Chris? The single cutaway. I want to do one. I haven't figured out how to do this yet, but I want to do one, and I'm going to call it "How to Build a Classic Set Neck Style Guitar." And what I mean by that, guys, is something like this. Now, there's a lot more to a guitar like this than we can do in 5 days. So it will not feature a finishing component, and it will not feature a wiring component. But what it will feature is you'll just start with chunks of wood, and we'll do binding, at least on the neck. We'll shape the necks. We'll do, headstocks. We'll do angled set necks. We'll set the necks in. We'll use mahogany instead of, ash and maple. You'll do your own truss rod routing. It'll just be a little different. So, and I haven't decided if it's going to be you have to have, there's a prerequisite or not. What do you think, Chris? Do you think there should be a prereq for this, or can we just throw people to the wolves with build your own set neck style guitar if there's no finish and no, wiring and no.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It would all be wood, and we're not going to do carved tops because I haven't figured out. We're certainly not going to do carved tops in 2020. How about that? There'll be flat tops. They'll be Les Paul style, and yeah. But you'll learn how to do like the little binding nubs over the frets, and we might do binding on the body. I don't know. So anyway, that's where we are with classes right now, and I want to do at least a classic Telly, a classic Strat, and mahogany set neck. But that'll be a more in-depth class. What do you guys think? What would you guys want to see in a class? Now remember, there's 5 days or less to do a class, so we can't do build a Paul Reed Smith or make a Les Paul out of plywood, or make a whatever it is, a triple neck fabric fretboard. We can't do that in 1 week. So let me know what you guys think. I'd be really interested to hear that.
Jim Bucket wants to know if there's an SG option for the set net class.
Well, there could be. I don't see why not.
Okay.
It's all the same material. It would just be what we would need to do is we need to get the people signed up and then figure out what they want to do, and then Chris and I would need to go source all the materials and stuff like that. So.
Yep.
SG would be cool though.
Yeah. What time? What time zone? 5 p.m. tomorrow is the class.
Mountain time. So it's right now it's 5:15 here. So 23 hours and 45 minutes from now is when the Mike Learn class is. So and that's the live class. And
there's several people from places far away.
Okay.
That are curious.
Now the cool thing about the class is it's in video form. So if you aren't awake 23 hours and 45 minutes from now to do the class, because it's gonna be a couple hours anyway, you'll have the code to the video, so you can watch it as many times as you want. You can watch it live, and you can watch it 800 times after that if you want to. So you'll have the code. You can do whatever you want.
Are there options for longer classes?
No.
We've
like
figured out
internships or?
Well, I think most people can't take much more than 5 or 6 days off with travel time.
Yeah, so
involved.
spending the week with us Monday through Friday is right now we just don't have anything. I think maybe one of the things that whoever said that meant was like, well, what if I want to do every weekend for a month or something, but do the same class? Right now we don't have any options like that.
Yeah. Maybe what we could do is with a class where we don't actually finish the guitar, we could offer another class later on in the year that finishes it up, where it does have a finishing part, and it does. That would be
cool. Yeah,
stuff. That would be really cool too.
Or maybe we could do like,
if everybody could hold off for 4 or 5 months.
Well, or if everybody could spend 2 weeks here, or if you could spend 1 week with us making something not unlike this, or if you wanted to make an SG, and then you wanted to spend the next week with us finishing it, maybe. I don't know.
We could do that and have after the build class every time have a finishing class.
Yeah.
And if you miss that one, you can always
go
come
to the
back
next
to the next one or down the road wherever you can do it.
We could put it out there and see who bites, right?
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah. Michael McCoy says the class I take needs to have electronics and finish. Something like a Strat would be my start.
Yeah, I think and you know what, a Strat or a Telly would be a great. Like, I haven't built a guitar before. What should I make? Telly or a Strat every time.
Yeah.
But some people just really don't like Fenders, and they want to do a Gibson style thing, and they want to have a complete guitar when they're all done. Because ask anybody who's taken one of our classes, and I will bet you that the week after they get back, their wife has a dinner party or something, and they're like, "Hey, whatever your name is, what'd you do when you were in Colorado? Hold on, let me go get it." And they show the guitar to everybody, because people come here with hopes and dreams, and they leave here with a guitar that is like ready to go. We've never had anybody not leave with a guitar that's ready to play.
Correct.
And really, really fun. So
yes.
Yeah, they're great experiences.
Somebody would like to know what came first, the wood shop or the guitars? Was this a shop purpose-built for guitar building? Yes.
So the guitars definitely came first. In the 80s, I learned to build guitars and have been building guitars off and on for the last 30 years. I decided to get very serious about it in 2011, and it was decided for me by the state of Colorado that I needed to not do it in my home anymore. So it's just sort of became something that we had to do, and in order for it to work out, we had to either go, we have to do this full time or we have to stop doing it altogether. And so Chris and I decided, let's be full-time guitar makers. And gosh, I sure am glad we did. You don't get rich being full-time guitar makers at this stage of the game.
What about an internship? For us, the international students, flight costs are expensive.
Yeah.
It's better to take more time there.
Okay.
It is. Remember, you also have to stay here.
Yeah, you have to
Feed
stay
yourself. And we don't supply the beer. Somebody asked that earlier.
Oh yeah, we do not supply the beer. Let's we'll come back to we don't supply the beer. We do have one apprentice right now, and you guys know him. You've seen him floating around. He's been busy lately, so hasn't come in very much. But right now we don't, and we certainly don't have anything that's a paid internship. So yeah, you know who does offer classes overseas is Ben from Crimson Guitars.
Mm-hmm.
That might be an option. I don't know where you are overseas. What else, Chris? Let's talk about why we don't supply the beer and why we drink cheap beer. Used to be that we would have people come by the shop all the time. We used to only do this. There was a time when I had a day job, and so Friday night, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, we would work on guitars in my home shop, and people would come and just sort of hang around, and there was always a lot of beer drinking, like way more beer drinking than there ought to have been. And what would happen is people would come over and they would drink all our beer. So we didn't have like a bunch of, expensive beer that was just going to get drank up and half cans of it sitting around the shop stinking for the next 2 days. So we bought I think that's why we landed on Coors Light, is it was the kind of one of the cheaper things that we could tolerate and we could drink a lot of. So, yeah. And smoking hot bikini girls in Coors Light posters. We should have a Coors Light bikini poster up here in the shop.
We should. Do they, like in college,
Mm-hmm.
I'm dating
Yeah.
myself, you'd go to the liquor store and you could get
Sure.
posters and
Yeah.
yeah.
I bet you if someone Googles Coors Light girl poster, well, I don't know what's there probably all sorts of stuff would come up, but there would probably be some endorsed merchandise, official merchandise. Yeah. So yeah, Coors Light girl poster.
Yeah.
We should at least have one in the spray booth.
Dastardly Dave says a friend of his would purposefully buy PBR
Yeah.
so no one else mooched his beer.
Sure.
I'd have drank all the dude's PBR. I don't mind that stuff.
Many, many years ago, like again, 30 years ago when I was a smoker, I would smoke Pall Mall unfiltered so no one would bum cigarettes from me. But I stopped smoking a long, long time ago.
There you go. Somebody asked about templates.
Okay.
That most of our templates are MDF half-inch. Is that the bee's knees?
Yes, it is. If you're using a shaper to do I have a template floating around? I do. I like thicker templates because my chair is extra rolly. I like thicker templates because I can go all the way through and I can go halfway through. And using a pin router allows me to raise and lower the pin, also the piece that guides the template through the cutting path. So I can do this whole outside perimeter with one pin height, or I can do it on the shaper, and then I can go over to the pin router, and without taking the template off, I can do the neck pocket, and I can do the pickup thing, and this is the control cavity for our soul pole bass. Remember Dazed and Confused? The guy had his whoop ass stick said soul pole on it. That's where the name came from. Mm-hmm. You guys knew that.
Milwaukee's Best keeps them from drinking your beer too. That's an absolute truth right
Yeah,
there.
the beast.
Actually says the beast. Yeah, Milwaukee's beast. I read it as best until I
Yep.
relooked. Yeah. I would love an in-depth. Oh, this is from Alana got a lot to say. I just like to say Alana got a lot to say because I practiced it, so now I can just rolls off.
It just
my
rolls and rolls.
would love an in-depth video of you two's full story of how you all came to be, other passions, and how both your skills came to be what they are now. That actually might be a fun video.
I
to do.
think what Alana got a lot to say wants is for me to talk in the voice that goes with this picture here.
You, sir, are wearing the finest T-shirt I have ever seen.
I didn't even realize I had this on until yeah. That would be cool. We've kind of
We
done.
should get Ken to help us out with that.
You know, that would have been a good thing to have like a little segment in the Great Guitar Build-Off.
Oh, why would we have wanted to do that?
Yeah. Maybe when we get our own reality TV show, that'll be part of it. We would do that show so fast it would make your head spin. I would. Chris, would you do that?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Yep. Especially if I could get all irritated and pissed off. 'Cause
Dude, we would
everybody
both do
loved
that.
Yeah. Driddle says, I'm going to need a class on deep dive on spray gun spraying and cleanup. Cleanup?
Cleanup. You know,
What's that?
a finishing class would be a neat class. I don't know if we could do that in a week or not. And the reason why is one, you'd have to have the guitar ready to go. You know what I mean? So you'd have to have a guitar body. Two, you would need to use a product that we don't use, which is UV catalyst sealer. So maybe. I had green chili for lunch today, and now I've got heartburn because I'm old. How would we even do that, Chris? How would we do a finishing class in a week? Because there's so much waiting for paint to dry, you know?
Yeah, as it stands now, there would be a lot of sitting around.
I wonder, you could almost do, what if you had, a bunch of, say, Strat bodies or Telecaster bodies that were ready to go, and you and I had some that were, it's just thinking out loud here. We had four students. We had four bodies that were unfinished and needed to be final sanded. Four bodies that were sprayed with sealer and needed to be final sanded. And you took the ones that were unfinished and you scraped them all back and got them ready for sealer, and then you sprayed sealer on them. And then you took the bodies that you didn't spray sealer on that were already sprayed, and then you scuffed those back, and then you did finish on them or something. I mean, maybe that could be, but I don't know. That we would need a lot of interest in that class to do it. We'd need to do a bunch of them, I think. What do you think?
I think so. Yeah, that would be. It sounds to me like you're getting people to pay to be on your assembly line.
Well, you would get to take one home. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So it would be like a cooking show where you put the lasagna in, and then magically TV time you take it out, and
Yeah. Red Clover gave us $10 for beer.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thanks. How about a template class?
What would that be?
I don't know. Would that be a class or a video?
Well, we could, how to make a set of templates or like a 2-hour online class could be something that would be pretty neat. Where we could, take a set of templates and make another set out of those, or we could take or make a, create design from within set of templates.
That would be that might be fun for our first live class of the new live classes.
That might be cool, yeah.
Yeah, is to do something like that.
And only use tools don't use the pin router.
Yeah, we could use
use a regular router and
take a router, and we could maybe what we could do is we could take two dissimilar templates and combine them into one and show how to measure and how to
that's a good idea.
lay out and do all of that, because
If you were going to combine two dissimilar templates into one cool thing, what would you do? There's only one right answer.
Oh, I was reading comments. Sorry. Two dissimilar templates.
Yeah, if you were going to take and morph two things together, what would you use?
I would take a Fender Telecaster and a Gibson Moderne. And I would make the outline the Moderne, and I would make all the parts that fit on it a Telecaster.
Okay,
Is
that's
that the right answer?
No, it's the wrong answer. The one right answer would be you would basically build a Dean Cadillac, which is an Explorer front and a Les Paul back.
All right, fine.
But I like yours too. I like your
Flying
style.
V combined with a Strat. Yes.
No.
Doug Santinello says, "Hey Toasters, I've been driving in pouring rain for a half hour,
Dang,
listening,
Doug.
but couldn't comment." Well, now you can.
Well, I'm glad
Hi,
you made it
Doug.
home, Doug.
Yeah. Man, I keep shaking the camera when I.
Oh,
my
because
finger
you're
on
you're
here.
you're fingering it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Template class. I like
Drill
template
says
class.
he doesn't want the he doesn't want a paint class. He wants a paint video deep dive.
Okay.
We've tried that, and not that we can't make that happen. Part of the problem is going into the spray booth and actually shooting
We would
video of things being sprayed.
We would need to
figure
get
out
a craptastic camera that was good enough that looked decent,
yeah.
or some kind of camera like a waterproof
Enclosure,
housing,
yeah,
which can
yeah.
also be expensive.
Yeah.
I'm half a mind to just get like the cheapest camcorder you could get on Amazon that records. It only has to work one time, you know, and use it like a cheap Harbor Freight spray gun and just throw it out when it gets.
Tearaway lens covers. Yeah, I think they make stuff like that, and I think I don't own a GoPro, but I think GoPro has some covers.
You know, we have that 360 camera too that we really need to learn how to use.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
that would be cool. We could just set it up in the room and you could move it around.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So we have a 360 camera that you could manipulate the image. I'm not sure how to work it yet though, and I don't know. I don't think it would work on YouTube either, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, GoPro has plastic clear cases. Yeah, that works well, but once it gets covered in paint, then it's no good anymore because you can't clean.
Do you have that
Paint
spray
off
gun,
plastic.
that DeVilbiss gun that took a dump the other day out here?
No.
So if you ever look at we've got guns with pressure regulator dials, and they're all just covered with paint overspray,
Yeah.
and that would give you an idea of what the plastic cover would look like almost immediately.
Yeah, and then as soon as you try and clean it off with anything that will actually clean it off, it just tears into the plastic. Somebody mentioned Walmart sells very cheap action cams. That might be something to look into.
Yeah. Like I need the fun saver of.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Could you put saran wrap over the lens and just change it periodically? Maybe.
The downside to that would be, is saran wrap perfectly see-through, or would it
Does it distort?
Yeah. And then, because then you guys would be like, hey, I can't see this is sucky quality image.
Get a hold of your video quality.
Yeah. I mean, you guys wouldn't, but someone would. So, yeah.
What about glass? Yeah, that would work.
If it was actual glass that you could clean, that would, we could probably build a probably, but I don't know how.
Yeah. We actually have a video coming out of the EBO.
What's going on?
I just need to do a little bit more work on it, and then I can be done.
So Chris has been. Do you want to? Let's not show.
No.
We're not going to show you guys the
But
EBO.
I did shoot some video.
Yeah.
In the spray booth, I had a little box over the top of the camera because it's like really it just rains down from the top. So.
Plus, your phone is intriguing because the actual lens is like 3/8 of an inch, right? So you could. Yeah. And maybe that's what we need to do is just like get just get another. I'm sure there's something. There's got to be something.
We can figure it out.
Yeah.
It's easier to say we can't do it than.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to the EBO video. Have you looked at any of that stuff? The EBO last video in the EBO series?
No, I haven't really looked at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
It's all
know
there?
if you do that sooner rather than later, I won't need to make a video that week?
Oh, well, yeah, cool. I keep thinking I just need to do the rest of the video, and I just haven't done it.
What did you
Better
guys...
exhaust fan in your booth. We have a pretty good
Yeah.
extrapolation system, but it's amazing how much stuff floats around.
Yeah, it's still enclosed. Yeah, so...
Yeah, our booth is still enclosed because we can't let fumes roam the shop.
So yeah, we have an explosion-proof fan and a bunch of ducting, and it ventilates, and yeah, it's. But yeah, there's still some stuff that gets around. So, what did you guys think of the two questions for everyone watching? What did you guys think of the What Would Paul Reed Smith Do video, and the most recent? Maybe you guys haven't watched it yet, but the how to do what is why would you want one, and how to do multi-laminate neck. And the second part question to both those is, do you want to see updates on that, or is it just like, okay, I've seen it, I'm done? So let me know what you guys think about that. What Chris is shaking his head. Someone sent a doozy.
No.
You're not gonna? Oh, okay.
Somebody mentioned super glue and masking tape, and every time I see that, I just start laughing.
Because they
That's
think
why.
we should use super glue and masking
No, he
tape?
says find some overhead projector sheets and use the super glue and masking tape trick.
Why wouldn't we just use double stick tape?
I think
Hey.
because it's a joke.
Oh, okay. Have you seen that Ben actually got his double stick tape?
I did see that, but I haven't seen him use it yet.
He might not.
Yeah.
You know, there's at some point you kind of go, well, after a while you become your position on something.
Right.
And I think that, and so I get a lot of people that are like, double stick tape, boy, that sure looks neat. I wish we could get some in England. And I'm like, I just sent some to a guy there. It was so easy, even I figured out how to do it. So it actually was easy. I like that the Taylor tools is pretty cool.
Yep.
And they're not associated with Binford tools.
Absolutely finish the what would PRS do build.
Okay. That was a fun fun guitar.
The steel inserts were nice. I'm just going to read a bunch because all of a sudden there were a bunch.
Okay.
What would PRS do? A neat day in the life. The multi-laminate neck video was useful. I like the detail and format. Ask Brad Angrove how he does it. I think that's in response to the steel inserts.
Poor Brad,
Yeah.
taking a clubbing.
Yep. Yes, continue with both. PRS guitar should be painted stripper dust pink. That's from Joseph Caswell, who has excellent taste in PRS
And strippers.
jobs and stripper glitter. Yeah.
I'm actually looking at the PRS guitar right now, and part of me says I probably shouldn't have used my headstock, but I'm glad I did. I think it's going to be neat. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but yeah. I think the neck is probably set in a little too deep on that one.
Yeah.
For an act, I don't know where the Paul Reed Smith joins the body, because I just use the Challenger neck, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna use the Challenger neck, and we're gonna use the Challenger pocket.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah. I got some knobs from Steve at Maximum Guitar.
Oh, cool.
They are awesome. Thanks for promoting them.
Thank you for buying those. How much were they? I think they're $12, $15, something like that.
Did you ever think that the knobs you were using before were so inferior after you got
You
those
had no
knobs?
idea how many knobs.
Yeah.
No.
Just how low tech most knobs
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
Steve, say what you will about Steve, he takes this seriously. You guys, one of the things that I would love to do is, and I'm sure we could do this, probably sooner rather than later too, would be go to Steve's factory. Steve built a factory. Steve didn't build a wood shop. He built a factory. Would you not agree, Chris?
I absolutely would
I mean,
agree.
it's like
holy
holy crap. Chris that said to me, in 2 years we're gonna all be working for Steve.
Yeah.
Um,
He's got a separate shipping and
Yeah.
separate receiving area.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't ship or receive anything.
Not right
He's
now.
got both.
He is basically staging himself to be a big time player. So watch for a lot of good stuff to come out of Maximum Guitars. Did you know what? Does everyone know Steve? I'm assuming you guys. If you don't know who Steve is, if you don't know who Maximum Guitars is, he has a YouTube channel, and we did a bunch of videos with him, and we really love Steve. I actually went to he had a class, he still does. He teaches a class at Red Rocks Community College, and I went there. I got to go one day and help him teach a class for guitar building, and it was so much fun. And Steve is a good guy and a dear friend, and he has a company called Maximum Guitars. But what he does for his day job right now is he's like a combat helicopter pilot. So he's a really serious dude about like everything that he does. And he has this thing, when you watch his videos, he's like, whatever you do, or like he ends every video with, whatever you do, start with excellence. That's Steve, like in a nutshell. He's like very like super detail-oriented guy. Because in his day job, if he's not, he crashes and everybody fucking dies. So, Steve is, I can't wait to see what he does next with guitars. So, watch for that. And go check out his channel. Speaking of checking out channels, I want you to, if you guys haven't already, I want you to go to YouTube, go to the search thing, Mike Learn Airbrush, or Mike Learn Guitars, or Mike Learn something. Don't type in Mike Learns Wheelies or whatever, but Mike Learn Airbrush will take you there. Mike Learn page, subscribe, and we're trying to get Mike to over 1,000 views, and we're really close. You guys stepped up. I like to think we had a little bit of something to do with that, and you guys too, if you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, go to the Mike Learn page. There's so much good stuff, and Mike wants to start doing live things like this. If you want to learn how to paint, don't learn from me. Learn from Chris or learn from Mike. And you know what would be cool? Mike Learn class. Week long or 2-day or whatever long thing with Mike Learn here at the shop. And you guys get to come and hang out with Mike. That'd be neat. He does that with, I wonder how he does it with the whole art circus thing. But it's got to be easier to do here because they do it in like a hotel convention center.
They go outside and spray UV finishes, and Mike works his tail
It's
off
got to,
that
yeah.
week.
Fuck a bunch of that. We could do it here.
We can do it here, and then he can have us work our tails off.
I wonder,
and just teach
how
the class.
are UV light arrays? They've got to be a little bit cost prohibitive, but it can't be that big of a deal, right? Yeah.
Well, it's just a bunch of grow lights.
I mean, I wonder,
we're
like
in a state that has some of those.
Yeah. We've got we could add a UV light array to the spray booth pretty easily. I think.
Yeah. Somebody wanted to know if we're going to take over the Zumba space.
Was it Ruben?
No, I did not recognize the name. Ruben.
The Zumba space is available, and I have been offered the Zumba space. Was it Ike? Ike was here.
No, it was David Nielsen.
Hey, David. Okay, the Zumba space is really okay. A couple things. The Zumba space is available, and it's a really nice space. It's kind of a retail space, if you will. The wall that we share with the hula hoop lady, Maggie, who is very cool. What I would like to do is not take over the Zumba space, because we would wreck it. We would ruin that place because it's got like nice floors, and it's like an office or like a dance studio, maybe like a ballet dance place. Because there's a bunch of mirrors on the wall, so you can check yourself out while you're potted-doing or whatever it is, whatever. But I think what would be cool would be Maggie should rent the Zumba space, and we should rent Maggie's spot, which is also, we share another wall with that. And Maggie's spot is a total fucking shithole, and it would be great for like put the really big tools in there and a bunch of dust collection, and just let it just get full of crap, and hose it out once a week and just be done with it. And then this becomes the classroom area, and then Maggie takes over the Zumba spot, and life is good. So maybe that will happen, but I talked to Chris about doing this. I talked with Ike at Flipside about maybe he wanted to have a satellite store there. That'd be neat. I just don't know. I don't see me taking over the Zumba space right now. One, I don't think I'm in a financial spot to do it. But if Maggie decided, the hula hoop lady, if she decided to move over to the Zumba space, and then we could take over her spot, that would be really neat. And I would strongly consider doing that. What do you think, Chris? Chris is like, I don't know, our rent's like really affordable right now, and it is, and it isn't.
I've made that mistake once before where things were going well,
okay,
and I stepped up and
yeah,
got more space.
Well, and you've been there, and
one day I went, what?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Damn it.
You've been in the end zone. I have not. So yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. But,
well, I do.
Yeah. The nice thing about the Zumba space is it's got that kitchen, and I was trying to justify it with just that, and like
just the kitchen alone.
Yeah, we have a fridge, and but you know, if you had a kitchen, we could make stuff in a crock pot. We could do our own
a crock.
You know, all this stuff because you can only eat so many sandwiches.
We could do stuff. We could set that deep fryer up over there. We could have a crock pot going. Yeah, we could eat really, really well.
Yeah, those are. See? I mean,
you know what we could do? We could put some bunk beds over there, and you guys could stay there during the classes.
That's the thing to do, right
There's
there.
a kitchen and a potty. We could, basically make a flop house at the Zumba thing.
Yeah, there's been some discussion on the potties.
Yeah, I wonder if we can use the Zumba bathroom.
Jesse says he does.
Why is Jesse watching this on his computer, and why is he not here working on his guitar?
With us? I don't know, because he was here earlier today.
Okay, yeah.
COVID hotel. No, those are down the street.
Yeah. That would be actually, having.
This is all for the future too.
It's future. Yeah, it would be an expensive week long. So if we had a class every month, we almost could. We almost could. What else?
Richard Edwards says that he has a pair of chrome humbucker rings, and that's his starting point. I'll build around them.
We have built guitars with less, Richard.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And I'm not talking about we have one chrome humbucker ring. I mean, like, we have one chrome humbucker ring screw. Better build a guitar around it.
I have a lot of screws. That just means the guitar's going to have a pick guard.
Hey. Okay, I got another question for you guys. You know the Challenger that I love so dearly? I don't have any right here right now, but I was thinking, what about an ash Challenger with a maple neck, not a Telly? Okay, so two things. What if we did a Challenger with a maple neck and a maple fretboard and Challenger stuff, humbuckers and Challenger bridge and durable thin finish, and offered that at, thank you, Chris, at whatever price point. And then I thought, well, what about one that was just like had Telly stuff on it? Is that too much of a Telly-y kind of thing? Or I don't know, what do you guys think? You know what the Challenger looks like. Because we've built a bunch of what we call them daily drivers. It's basically a Telly. We built a bunch of what we call Sunday drivers. They're basically Strats. And I have Challengers right here. Stupid me. What if we made like we put the regular Challenger set neck in, but bolted it in, but it had like the deep neck pocket and came under the pickup. This is actually getting like a regular Strat heel neck, because these are for the Mike Learn pinstriping class that we're doing tomorrow. But what if we did something like this that was kind of not a dumbed down Challenger, but a more like, I don't know, just more of almost like the SG version of a Challenger to the Les Paul. What?
Lots of good comments.
Okay, because here's what Chris did.
Somebody said we need to do a whiskey barrel guitar.
No, is that
I
Big
hope
D?
that's a joke. He's got a smiley face after it. That usually means sarcasm, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are Big D's
Can
whiskey?
you make a one-off guitar body for anyone?
Do we or can we?
Can we?
Absolutely, we can, and absolutely we do, and absolutely we have.
Vincent says sounds cool. I believe he means the
On the Challenger. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Chris and I were talking about today, and I'm like, I don't want to make a dumbed down Challenger, but maybe like something that's just a little more. I don't know what what's the cool word? Streamlined. A little, like it doesn't have to have, like, if it doesn't make the guitar sound better or play better, like, it's not on there. So it doesn't have binding. It doesn't have a super smooth, shiny burst finish. It doesn't have, but I love the bridge that we use for the Challenger. And by the way, that bridge is only available on the Challenger. If you have a guitar, like if you have a Flying V, I'm thinking there's probably an Explorer floating around up there with one. There's a few guitars floating around with Challenger bridges. Though, no more. Because once those bridges are gone, they're gone forever. So, yeah. What else, Chris? Did anybody say they're signing up for the Mike Learn class?
Yeah, we've gotten a couple of those.
Good.
Yeah,
You guys, this is going to be so much fun. I think Brad is going to be there I think he's going to be on for a little while. If he says he's kind of busy, but he might be able to do it. I'm looking forward to it. I love the online training because people tell me, they're like, I would love to take a class, but I can't come out there. I'm like, well, what if you didn't have to come here? What if you could just like watch live? And there's a lot of guys who are probably watching right now who did the 3-month-long online thing. Now, we probably aren't going to do that again. But what I predict will happen is there'll be a lot of, in today's class, we're going to do this block of stuff. And however long it takes is however long it takes. So what are your thoughts on that, Chris? Like, would they be like once a month, once a week, what did you think?
I thought the once a week was a little too much for me personally.
Okay.
I'd rather do something once a month.
Okay.
Even if it's a continuous project.
Like the first Sunday of every month or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'd like to maybe deep dive a little bit more into some of the stuff. It doesn't all have to tie together. 1 month could be electronics.
Yeah.
1 month could be frets. It doesn't have to be a.
One of the issues that we had with the every Sunday for 3 months was, it was 2 hours at least. There were some times where it wasn't, but then there were other times where it was like, crap, we got to get ready to do the live stream at 5, which we're not going to stop doing the live stream because that's like my favorite thing to do all week is that. So, that would be, so maybe Sunday's the wrong day to do it. Because, what if we said, okay, we're going to make, whatever we're going to do, we're going to bind a guitar, we're going to do something. And it goes long, then I don't want to stop. I want to go through the whole thing. And, especially if people are going to go, I'm going to watch this video again. I want to make sure that we complete whatever task we set out to complete. And if there's like this looming thing that, okay, we've got this thing at 5 o'clock, you got to be ready. Well, it's kind of a pain. So, yeah, maybe Sunday's the wrong day. I don't know. What do you guys think? What day's perfect for you guys? That's another thing. Like, what days are the best days for our evenings better, our mornings better, our weekends better? You guys got things that you do during the night and during the weekends, and so there's no way you're going to please everybody. But what do you guys think?
Here's a question. It's not an answer for you. When you do the week-long in-person classes, is the guitar body a certain shape, or can you do a custom design or copy a shape you don't have templates for?
Okay, great question. If you sign up for our Build a Classic Telly or Build a Classic Strat, then we're building the Classic Telly or a Classic Strat. If you sign up for the Build Your Own Whatever You Want class, in the past, it's been pretty much whatever you want. So we've had guys come and they pick templates from off the wall, or they like make something. Sometimes I'll do something like that the green Frenchie guitar that's actually at Flipside Music right now. If you guys want that guitar, that's still available. That was the guitar I just made with the guys in the class one day. So you in that class, you can do whatever you want. Now, having said that, that class is a pain because everybody wants something different, and it gets bogged way down. So I don't know if we're going to do that anymore. What do you guys think? Do you want to, would you, like if you came to a build your own Strat class, would you be like, I kind of want to make an Explorer? Or what are some of the things that we've done? We did a Mosrite the last class. We did a Jazzmaster in the last class. We did a bunch of Challengers. We did Firebird. We did a non-reverse Firebird. What else? What did we do the first class? We did an SG. We did a double cutaway Les Paul. We did a Les Paul. Hamer Californian. Yeah, we've made Paul Reed Smiths. So, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, the build your own guitar class, like I said, it's only 5 days.
And the whole idea of it is to learn to build a guitar. It's not learn to build your dream guitar, because the first guitar you build is not going to be as good as the second guitar you build.
Yeah.
Or the fifth guitar you build.
How long would it take to do a class called Build Your Dream Guitar?
Months and months
It
and
would
months.
be.
And even then, it would be build your own dream guitar and pretend you didn't make a bunch of these mistakes.
It would probably be like start by making a Telecaster so you can get a bunch of things out of the way, or something.
So a lot of it is just learn tools and learn basic construction techniques.
Yeah.
And that's why the learn, because carving a neck is carving a neck. It doesn't matter if it's a Strat or a Telly or a Les Paul.
Yep.
And then everything else, really, it's mostly about that. So
Neck day is like Chris and I are like, oh no, neck day, because it's so arduous, and everybody who's taken our class has done great on neck day, mostly because my teaching style is superb. No, because everybody takes their time and they do a great job. But yeah, neck days are the longest because you got 1 day to go from not even, basically less than this to a full neck. And everybody uses hand tools to do it because I wanted people to go home. I wanted radius, inlay, frets, neck profile, headstock thickness, tuner holes, all that shit. I wanted everyone to go home with the ability to build something like this with $15 worth of tools. So, anyway.
yeah, cool. That was a good one here. Hang on.
Okay.
Your class should be make more with less.
How about make less with more?
Sure. Yeah. I have all these tools, but
I'm only gonna
I'm not gonna use them.
It's funny because like we have a bunch of tools. We have a bunch of tools that we don't use. Doug knows. He came out here and spent a week with us, and we built a Les Paul body and part of a neck, and it takes a long time. Doug will tell you.
Yeah.
Because it's carved and it's not bound yet, but it's like it's mahogany back and maple top, and it's carved, and there's all these things and all these weird angles because Les Pauls are kooky guitars, you guys. And it's got a neck pocket that like has this bizarre tenon that you have to get exactly right. And Doug, if you're still watching, let everyone know that building a Les Paul is not something that you just go, gonna start it and on Monday and gonna be rocking it by Friday at 5. You just don't do it.
No.
So.
Dave Weiss says,
Hey, Dave.
keep Sunday live streams going. He liked the Sunday live.
Dave, I love the Sunday live stream.
I think he meant the Sunday class live streams. Let me know if that's right or not, Dave.
Okay, yeah. Well, okay, here's the thing,
yeah,
Dave.
yeah.
We will absolutely, positively not change the Sunday Live thing because I love it so much. The one at 5, the live at 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Where I just get to like drink beer and go, bah, 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 bah. That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
things.
And then here's a funny one.
Okay.
Hey, Mrs. Toast. Does this sound like Mrs. Toast? Can you ask Matt how he attaches a neck to his fingerboard radius jig? Is it taped or screwed?
Yes.
There you go.
It depends. Okay, who asked that?
John Coffey.
John Coffey. That's the guy from
I-
Green Mile.
It is. Yeah, I think it's spelled different. Like the drink, but
But
spelled different.
John, a neck like this would get attached to it would get attached with tape. Double-sided stick tape, not super glue and tape. A neck like the one that's on this guitar would get screwed to the fixture. The reason that it is because the screws would go basically where my fingers are, and all of the holes get cut out when this section gets cut away. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. How many people are in a in-person class?
Right now, we can have up to 4 people, and that's a big class. God, we had some of the most fun we've had at classes were the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Although, having said that, the last one was just 2 guys, and we had a blast with those guys. Everybody has like
They've all been fun.
it's yeah. I love doing classes. Remember when I said just a second ago that wouldn't it be cool to do classes with Mike Learn and Mike Learn Paint, blah, blah, blah. I was actually talking with Diane, Mike's wife, the other day. And I said, Diane, what would it take to get Mike to come and do some classes with us? And she's like, all you got to do is talk to me. Don't talk to Mike. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so we talked about the idea of what if Mike can, because, Mike's a guitar maker too. He's not just a guitar painter. He's a guitar maker. Wouldn't it be cool to have Mike be like here with us all 5 days? We could probably have 6 guys then. And wouldn't that be neat? I think it would be cool. So, yeah. I don't know if Mike would want to do that. I don't know that Mike wouldn't want to do it. I think that Mike would have a lot of fun. We'll find out. So, but for right now, classes we max out at 4. Because what we have to basically do, you guys, is the first 2 days is Chris and myself making sure you don't cut your fingers off. And it's wildly stressful. But you guys are so much fun. You guys get to use the pin routers. You get to basically use everything. It's so cool to like watch you guys start with nothing. Or start with, it's not nothing because it's good stuff from Dan at Guitar Wood Experts. You start with a block of, unlimited possibilities, and you just go crazy and you make these cool guitars. It's pretty unreal. And I want to say something too. It's way better than what we came up with at Roberto Venn in the 80s in 6 months. Now, at Roberto Venn, we made an acoustic too, but a lot of time at Roberto Venn was spent. There's so many guys there that it's like, well, you have to just sit there and wait for the bandsaw. If with 4 people, you don't have to wait that long, And we have 2 pin routers. If we moved into Maggie's shop space and she moved into Zumba, we could get more bandsaws.
And more pin routers.
I would love to have more like, what if we had 3 bandsaws?
And a slack belt sander.
Oh, dude, if we had a slack belt sander, man,
That would be awesome.
that'd be rad.
Yeah. Lana got a lot to say. Asks where the sign up is for tomorrow's class.
Okay, I'm glad you asked. If you go to www.texastoastguitars.com, that's our website. Under the classes section, there's a thing that says Mike Learn Hot Rod Pinstriping, or Mike Learn is cool, or Mike Learn Airbrush, or whatever. Go to that, and there's you just click pay here, and it's like $20, and you can sign up for Mike Learn Pinstriping. Do we have anything that actually has pinstriping besides the Great Guitar Build-Off guitar?
No.
We're gonna have
We
3 tomorrow, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, Alana says done and done.
Thank
She
you
actually
so
asked
much.
A little while ago, and somebody else
Oh, okay.
commented, but I thought it'd be a good idea to bring it up again an hour into this.
Let me
video.
ask you this, Chris. What's cooler than pinstripes on a guitar?
Absolutely nothing.
That's right. That's right. Let me ask you this, Chris. What's sexier than pinstripes on a guitar?
Absolutely nothing.
That's right.
Not everybody in the world agrees.
But
Some people are wrong.
Those people are wrong.
Wrong.
Mike called me today and he's like, "Hey, dude," well, he's like, he wasn't like giddy as a schoolgirl, but he was like, he's totally excited about it because Mike loves to teach too, and he is really looking forward to putting this stuff out there and go to Mike's webpage or go to Mike's YouTube account, okay? Search Mike Learn Airbrush. It's right there. And subscribe. I'm getting a call. I wonder who it is. So do that, and it's my wife. Hey, babe, what's going on? Why are you gonna have a heart attack? I'm on live TV right now. Oh. I know you wouldn't think I was gonna answer, but I did. I shouldn't have because I'm on live thing right now. Okay, babe, I love you. Bye. That was my wife.
Triddle says we can hear her. I was hoping so. Oh my God, I about had a heart attack.
So what was I talking about?
Mike Learn.
Mike
Learning
Learn.
loving
Yeah.
to learn.
Go to
learning
Mike
to
Learn.
love.
Okay, search YouTube page, search function, Mike Learn Airbrush. Subscribe to Mike Learn's page, and you'll see like Mike's been doing this for years. There's like pictures. Mike looks like an old fart right now, but like you go back and like watch those videos, it's like it's super long time ago, and Mike's like this little kid, and he still looks like he'll beat you up because Mike's like terrifying actually.
He looks way meaner than he is.
He's like
actually
he's
a
the
really
nicest
nice
guy in the
yeah.
world, but like if you just saw him like walking, he'd be like, man, Mike's gonna like beat me up. But yeah, that's one of the reasons we love Mike so much. It's like he's like this like cool guy who's like always. He's always Mike Learn. You know what I mean? There's no time when you don't get the full Mike Learn experience. Who else is like that? Brian Nutter's exactly like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's gonna stab you, but he's like you always get you always get Brian.
Right.
You know what I mean? You always get Brian Nutter when you see Brian. So yeah. Not that anybody else is fake, but those guys are the genuine article. What?
There's some call for people to everyone do your $1 a month on Patreon to chip in for shop expansion and beer.
Boy, that would take a lot of.
That's a lot of Patreon.
That's a lot of Patreon, you guys. You know,
Yeah.
it's expensive to rent industrial space in Colorado. It costs about $2,000 every month just to have this space, and it's about $1,000 more than I wanted to spend, but it's worth it because I really do love this area. You know what I mean?
Yep. Cool.
And I want you guys to come and hang out here too. I want
And
you
then
guys to take a class.
say, wow, the shop's a lot smaller than it looks
Yep.
like it is on TV.
Or you can go, wow, Zumba's really loud.
Yeah. Drill actually said something about that earlier. It's like, it's way louder than you think it would be.
People think that's what.
You're right.
Like Matt's shouting. No, I'm just trying to talk over Zumba.
that's the effect that Zumba's had on you over the last year.
Mhm.
Is now you just talk that loud all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have taken to wearing noise canceling headphones
It's
and
that.
listening to music.
I snuck into the shop today. Chris has his noise cancel. He has no idea I'm here.
Nope.
And I'm like, hey Chris, what are you doing? And like he's like doing something. So I sneak up in front of his bench and I like get down real low and then I go blah like that and I think he pooped his pants.
I didn't even see that. I just saw
I
you
didn't do that. That'd be
over
funny.
here working, and I went, okay.
Yeah, but it's creepy when like you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
And Chris had the door locked. So, but still, there's something about like you look up and there's this figure that you weren't expecting to see there, and yeah. I'm having a great time with Have a Beer with Uncle Matt. Is that what you called this one?
I just called it Have a Beer with Matt.
Okay.
I forgot the uncle part.
Yeah. It's
It
my
seems-
niece's birthday today. Did you
Seems
know
a little
that?
creepy. Well, you are an uncle.
Mhm.
Gonzo wants to know what is Zumba.
Beats the shit out of me. I think it's like a dance aerobics
Yeah, it's kind of
thing.
like aerobics, Latin beat.
Yeah, I'm not sure
aerobics
what
class.
makes what makes it Zumba versus aerobics, but yeah. Speaking of which, they're over there right now. I heard them go in, so yeah.
Yeah.
We should run over and see if we can do the
Yeah, we should do
thermostat
that.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, are we anybody any other questions we need to get
No,
to
I think
before?
I think
Okay.
we're good.
Guys, thanks for watching. I had such a good time. It's always fun to just goof around. One more time, Mike Learn airbrush class tomorrow at like 23 hours from now. You can sign up on the website, www.texastoastguitars.com, under the class section, Mike Learn airbrush, yada, yada, yada. It's easy to find. Hang out with us. We're going to be hanging out with Mike. It's going to be a lot of fun. Is that it? Is that good?
I think
Oh,
that's
great
it.
guitar build off. You can go and vote for us on Insta, whatever, Insta, Google, Twitface, and that's whatever. I'm ready for great guitar build off to be done, and I'm ready for unofficial stuff to be happening because those guys are really kicking ass. So if any of you guys are watching, thank you for kicking as much ass as you are. This is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that if you're so smart, build it yourself. That's what I do. Life is too short. You might as well have a cool guitar. Oh, check out Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. I don't know where the little sticker went. Every time you order anything from Ike, he will personally put a great American guitar store sticker in your box. And if you are interested in a Texas Toast t-shirt, we don't have this one available yet, but it would be cool if we did. You go to our Teespring page. There's a link right in the description below. You can get all sorts of good stuff from Teespring. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow at the Mike Learn class. If you can't make it, we'll see you Sunday at the live stream. Have a great weekend, everybody. What day is it even? I don't even know what it is.
Wednesday.
Oh, jeez. Weekend.